The final part is when you want to mix your track and you want to balance the sound. Then you don't want it to overload, but you also want to be able to hear everything. And the key to hearing everything is not turn everything louder and louder and louder and louder, because then it overloads and you can hear nothing. The key to making things clear is to turn everything down. So that's what we're going to do. If we turn to point D, first of all, we're going to label our tracks so we know what they are. The first one is called bonk loop. What is this? Let me solo it. Remember, press the S for solo. Let me hear what it sounds like. Okay, this is a beat. I'm going to right click, rename it, beat. What is the second one? Bass acid. Okay, I'm going to bet that this is the bass. I'm just going to rename it bass. The second one says piano chords. What do you think that is? I think it is piano chords. The next one is effects build up. I think it is effects build up. And the next one is a classic riser. I think it is a riser. And the next one is a crash. So I think it's a crash. Okay, so these are already self-labeled. Lucky, lucky. I just needed to label the first one. I'm going to turn all of them down to minus infinity. This is 0.3. Sorry, 0.2. I'm going to select the loudest part. The loudest part is, in any song, especially my fake EDM track, is
the drop.
The drop. The drop. So I am going to highlight this part and we will edit loop selection. Edit loop selection. And then you see this rubber band on top. We now have a loop around this super louder section. Okay, now 0.3. I'm going to take everything and turn it to minus infinity. The beauty of turning everything to minus infinity is all of it is now going to be silent. So when I start at the drop and I click on the drop arrow and I press play, I hear absolutely nothing. So number 4, bring up the volume of my most important track. This is a fake EDM track. What should be the most important part? Dance track, most important part. Guess? The beat. The beat should be the most important. Okay, so go to the beat. Let's turn up the beat. I'm going to go only up to minus 9. I don't want to go louder than that. Okay, what is the next most important thing that I want to hear? So maybe the next most important thing, and this now will become up to you. I want to hear next, I want to hear the, I have this thing here, which is my, oh, I didn't label this one, synth up. Okay, the synth up, which does this. Let's see here. I think that I want that to be my next most important one. So I will turn it to, let's see here. Let's play this together. Do I need to bring it until minus 9? Or is it enough already? So by listening to it, it sounds like even at minus 11, it seems to be okay. Okay? Now, what's the next one? I want to increase my bass. So let's play it again. Play. So this way, bit by bit, instrument by instrument, part by part, I can actually balance out. My bass ended up going a bit more, it's like -8, -7, -8, in order to be heard clearly. And it will vary for you depending on what instrument or what tricks you use. But the whole principle is, I started out with nothing, I took my most important sound and I made it -9, then I increased all the others slowly to mix. I can also do other things. So for example, this synth up, right? Now, point number 6, only the beat and the bass need to be in the center, which is this letter C. My synth up, I could actually, in theory, make it a bit to the left. C is 1 to the right, 1 or 5 to the left, up to a maximum of 50. 50 is too far. I'm just going to make it a little bit, very subtly to the left. Right? Almost you can't really even feel it. This is to give more room that you can hear everything out. I'm not going to make it too far out, otherwise you get weird, you move from one side of the room to the other. So these are point number 7. For other instruments, you can also use things like EQ8 low cut to remove unwanted low frequencies. The beat and the bass, you will leave the low frequencies off, but about other instruments like the synth up, I don't need the low frequencies. So I'm going to go to Audio Effects, EQ8, and one of the presets under filtering is called this low cut. Okay. This has nothing to do with night gowns. This is low cut as a filter. I'm dropping it onto my synth up, and it's cutting away all sounds below 70 Hertz, right? And you might not even notice the difference, but it will sound cleaner. As you get more used to it and you are listening on better speakers in a room that doesn't echo like this, you'll be able to hear more of the difference. Point 8, when you are ready, when you have mixed everything, you extend this loop section to your whole song. Remember how you zoom out? I'm going to extend it to the whole song, my whole fake EDM song, right? And now I'm going to use point 9, file export audio. I am ready. I'm going to send my demo. I'm going to send my demo, to deadmau5, and you're going to sign me on. Not.
Mousetrap.
So, okay, I make sure that file export audio PCM is on. That means I'm making a WAV file. If you're a Mac user, you can make an AIF file. That's fine. But make sure you have a WAV file. I'm also making this MP3 on, so it will make an MP3 file for me. And I make sure that my start is at 1 and my end is at 50, because I can see my song ends at 50. We shouldn't torture people by making it any longer than that. And then when I'm ready, I choose export. And then now, here, time to type in fake EDM, right? Put it onto my music. Oh, I put it into my music folder. So the next time when I switch on music, straight away I have my fake EDM track there. Right? And there we go, ta-da, rendering audio. And now I have one WAV file which can be used for high quality listening of my fake track, or MP3 file which can now share to all my friends through WhatsApp, and other means to torture them. Just like that. Right, done. So go into my music folder and you will see it there. Never mind, take my word for it, you'll see it there. So go ahead, try yourself.